Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the channel for another market update. Hope everybody had a lovely day, a lovely Black Monday. And with that being said, let's dive into the TA. All right, guys, so we did have a Black Monday to start off the week. We had NASDAQ down 5% at the lows. Overnight, I think it was a pretty crazy session here, but I am just going to come over here to this ES chart, and I am going to point out we printed a nice big fat hammer candlestick off of the upper trend line of this falling wedge pattern that we did just break out of. And then you had SPY closing out like this. The next thing I am going to point out is that you had over $350 million come in, right here at the close here on SPX calls for March and April, specifically April. All right, guys. So in the weekly update, we did point out that on Friday, someone did end up they took out a bet here, a big old bet over here on Mr. VIX. And I came into the video with this thing right here, this 50% thing. All right. They took a bet that, VIX over the following month by, February OPEX was going to spike 50%. The following trading session, we did end up seeing that trader see his calls run into the money. That was a thing. But because of how VIX is behaving right now, as you can see, it did not close near the highs. We did close out at a low, near the low, and we did fade this move. So I do not think this is going to result in any further VIX spikes from here. I'm going to be completely honest. All right, if any, if we get any VIX pops over here, expect them to be sold. Okay, and because of this, we're not really looking for more downside on the indices. Okay, we're just not. Sorry, I do have the hiccups. But coming back over here to SPY, guys, we did close out at the highs. As you see, we gapped down here. You can see in the after hours here. All right, we almost came down here and tapped that golden pocket. You could see on QQQ. All right, where intraday did we get bought up here? You could see we're right here in the golden pocket. All right, so SPY on the daily time frame is right underneath the daily 9. So that's what we're going to be paying attention to tomorrow, guys. We had this, double bottom breakout here. You pull back into it. All right. I think this consolidation, I think this is over. I think we're going to have that trending market. And I think this just might be enough, fuel to get us up to new highs. We came up here and you didn't really have any, new buyers. That's evident because we did not. It's evident by price just coming up, sweeping the high, and then you fell flat on your face. If we come back up, I do expect there now to be buyers. All right, we have a sea of doubt again. We had a Black Monday. We had the last one of these ended up, being this guy over here. And as you see, we just kind of straight up recovered after then. I'm not going to say the chart looks exactly like that because it doesn't. All right, but what I will point out is you come over here to the 4-hour time frame here. And we had ES, 4-hour RSI, was where we get it bottoming, okay, where it builds out diverges or it just starts bouncing back from. That's on NQ. Well, we have the same thing over here on ES, all right? This is not something that suggests to me that we're going to be moving down much more. I think downside is limited from here. I do think we're going to be bouncing from here. And I think we're going to see higher prices this week. All right, we had the King NVDA down, it's 17% at the close there. It was, down, I want to say 18 to 19% at the low there. This thing right here today died, and I do think this is going to be bought up over the coming trading sessions. So we have this 3680 spot here on the daily RSI. Every time over the last 2 years that you have gone down there, a total of about 10 times. I think we have a 1, a 2, a 3, a 4, a 5, a 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, so last 10 times you got down there, you ended up seeing, the RSI start bouncing back. But more importantly, we saw price bounce back. And even if you were to go lower from there, you got one heck of a dead cat bounce here over the coming trading sessions. In this case, you did gap up 10% overnight here. All right, just like that. And then you ran 15% over the following 2 trading sessions. And then You could have taken your quick profits, and guess what? You then got the next time it got tested right here, it was at the low. Okay. And now from that close, what happened? Well, you had over the following 2 weeks a 30% rally. What happened over here, you ask? From that low, from that close, following week, you had a 17% rally. Over here, what happened? Okay, from that close over the following, 4 to 5 trading sessions, you had a 10% move. Now we're in that same spot. I don't think this time is going to be different. What I do want to point out, though, is I do think weekly structure is starting to change over here on NVIDIA. You did have this base here, this range that was building out here for 3 months. You just broke down from that. But guys, if you, over the coming trading sessions, if you were to, rally into 130, expect rejection there. Okay. But, from here up there, I think that is the free money opportunity. That is the easy buy here. But as you see, we got buyers here, 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 and it was the top of over here. You flipped it into demand, and now it is clear as day going to be acting as supply. So follow the yellow brick road. If you are to see price bounce into this 127.67, 130, 126 zone over the coming trading sessions, then expect sellers. Okay. 4-hour RSI. It is oversold with regular hours. You could see over here extended hours, though. You came all the way down here to about 20. All right. That is, even during your extremes over here, this is where you bottomed out. And, maybe it takes a few trading sessions to really base out there, but you are going to end up ascending from these levels. Okay. So I do think that is going to be the case. If that's the case over here on King NVIDIA, then I have to assume the market's going to be going with it. So, I'm just kind of, showcasing my thesis over here on, where I think the market is going to be moving next, how I am going to be taking advantage of it. All right. We're going to finish off here with the indices. Then I'm going to go over those, Mag 7 stocks there. Over here in SPY, guys, I'm going to mark out the low there. We're going to take that out of there. On the downside is your support. You have 511.46, 510.15, and then you got to hold 507. If you don't hold 507, you have risk of coming down here to 499.70. On the upside of QQ as resistance, we have 515.58, 520.06, 524.07, and 525.97. Okay, that is QQQ. Coming over here to SPY, closed out at the high, clearly stronger than the NASDAQ. Really important that you get and hold above the daily 9 moving average over here, the daily 9 exponential moving average over here on the daily time frame. Get above it, guys. This is the thing, the short-term moving average, this is the thing that creates your trending market. All right. If you can get back above that, things look a whole lot better. Okay. And, honestly, this really doesn't look all that bad to me. You got this double bottom here. All right. Double/triple bottom breakout. You're just retesting that. Okay. But specifically right here, daily 9, get above 600 and hold above 600 tomorrow. And, if we get that daily close above, this is going to look a lot better. We probably start just dragging away back up to the highs here, if that is going to be the case. Upside resistance, 599.70, 602.13, 605.36, 610.78. Downside support on SPY is 597.75. 593.94 and 589.20. Okay, so that is what we got cooking over here on SPY. Come on over here to IWM, guys. You came down and you are finding buyers still here at our zone. Okay, so this was supply, boom, demand, supply, boom, more demand. Okay, guys. So we had demand right over here. We're having, it's being treated as demand so far over here. We're finding buyers stepping in here. All right. This is, if we get this bounce and can see it move up to 230.55, this is picture perfect here. You flip the short-term moving averages and you were, it's just a pit stop along, the broader recovery here. Okay. Above 230.55, you were going to have 233.40. That is the 0.618 fit. Downside to support, guys, just watch to see if 224.66 holds. Underneath there, you're probably going to come down and fill that 220.23 gap. So I do think you're probably going to be holding there, especially, again, if King NVIDIA can immediately bounce back from where it is right now on that daily RSI. The AA, guys, closing out the highs. Expect this thing to push up to new all-time highs above 451.55 over the coming trading sessions. I do think that is where this bad boy is heading. All right, let's just clean up this chart there, guys. All right, so downside support 444.87, upside resistance 451.55. VIX, I already talked about this in the beginning, guys. Because this closed out like this and because you're just selling the rip over here, I do have to assume volatility, guys. It does not want to continue spiking like that. I think this was just a scare, and I don't think it's going to turn into a bigger volatility spike. I think it is probably going to get back, get sold and get back down here to 1571. All right. Those are the indices. Let's go over the big boys. We'll kick it off here with something that made me a happy man today. All right, over here, Meta, guys. Meta. All right, so, I was specifically going big on a few trades over here. Specifically, we had Meta, Tesla. Tesla was a big old letdown, so don't forget that one. I don't get them all right. I, get some wrong, but it is what it is. I talked about in the previous video, but, as of today, guys, Meta. So, what I'm personally doing is I am just taking, during this market weakness, guys, I am just going to take from the, the winners I got going on here, which in this case today was Meta, and I'm going to be just taking those gains, taking the money, and I'm going to be buying more NVIDIA. I think NVIDIA is a clear as day opportunity. I know, you had a big reaction to the downside today. I do think it's going to an overreaction. I do think the move, at least up here to 130, I think this is free money. So, honestly, I'm a huge fan right now of April calls. Honestly, I currently really like the 140C for April. I think it's free money. I think March, I think you're going to do very well. But, I just kind of want to secure the bag there. Tesla did not go my way. And I just, honestly, I would like to, still give it a solid start to the year over here. And I think NVIDIA right over here from this move all the way up to 130, I think that is the free money opportunity that we have right here, right? So me personally, I got all out of Meta today, and I am just going to be, I bought, a good amount of NVIDIA today, and I am going to be adding tomorrow morning if we are holding, all right? Regardless, I'm going to be adding more tomorrow because I do think over here on NVIDIA, downside is limited, guys. Either you're going to come down here and, find buyers probably around 112.50, 113, all right? Or you were just going to immediately start bouncing back. And, I'm just planning on taking profit in this 127.67 to 130, 126 zone. At that point, you're going to see a decent sized move. Okay. This market is kind of crap in the bed. So if you're able to pull, some good trades out of this, make a few solid good ones over here and there, I think it is going to make a difference because, guys, honestly, we kind of are in a crapshoot market right now, and it's pretty irrational. So, it is best to get your money. And hey, all right, there's going to be times where we are just going to have to be in the uncertain camp. But I'm going to tell you guys right now, I think this dip is a very clear buying opportunity. I think it was an overreaction over here, off of that whole DeepSeek news or whatever it's called. All right, I've never even heard of the thing until today. I don't think it's gonna matter. I just think it was a huge overreaction, and we had that Black Monday type of vibe to it this morning that, like last time, got bought. Okay. But yeah, so Meta over here, guys, I do think this is going higher. I just personally, would rather take off the risk into earnings over here. I actually said in the last video, I'm finally going to hold through a Meta's earnings call. No, I'm not. I was fantasizing about it today. I was like, oh, this thing goes to like 720 off earnings. Like, what are these things going to go for? And then I was like, I'm thinking about it as I see the market fall, and this thing got down to 650. I was like, all right, I'm just going to get out. But regardless, guys, this thing is probably getting ready for an aggressive move up. The only thing is the earnings is literally right here, and that's probably going to be the catalyst to do it. And I just personally never trust earnings, so that's that. But weekly and daily charts, guys, they look phenomenal. This is the compression right here. This is going to be the expansion that really hasn't even started yet. I mean, it just started, but it hasn't even really happened yet. You're having crazy volume come into the stock. We had a $30 intraday move, $38 intraday move here. This thing's probably going straight to 680 to 700, honestly. But again, you have earnings. I have to imagine with what it did today, it goes a little higher. Tomorrow, excuse me, those dang hiccups. But off earnings, I think we could see an explosive move over here. Okay. Coming over here to Apple. All right. Apple was actually the guy leading the way. You had Meta over there. Meta, Amazon, Microsoft, and Apple were leading the ways today. But, Apple is the one up 3% on the day. Guys, you really do have to get past this 237 area right here. You have the golden pocket from this most recent move down between 231.75 and 235. You got to really get above 237.23, reclaim that level. You're going to be above the short-term moving averages, okay? On the weekly time frame, you have these short-term moving averages right here. On the daily time frame, you also have the short-term moving averages right here. If you can reclaim 237, that's when the bigger move starts over here on Apple. That's when I think we're going to have this period of time where it's straight up green, just starts really recovering there. But for the time being, guys, don't be surprised if this thing dances around here and bases out and, just rejects. Okay. That's just, just have those expectations. Amazon, guys, oh my God, clear as day, this thing is going higher from here. This is a meta type of situation, clear as day, relative strength of the day, insane volume coming in. You do have earnings right around the corner, but, honestly, guys, this is one of those things right now that you just printed that. And pull back the next few days, all right, it's going to be a clear as day buying opportunity. Like, these are the things that make me think the market, it's not going to freaking sell right now. You have Papa Powell coming out. We have the rate decision coming on Wednesday, guys, and Powell is speaking right after that. I don't think the market's going to tank when Amazon looks like this. Like, why are we going to see that? Like, the market just had a chance to really sell here. It didn't. All right, like, I'm going to say semiconductors, they look like crap. At the same time, the RSI is coming down to the spot where you've been bouncing for years. A lot of these things are looking like this. But yeah, Amazon specifically over here, the Mag 7s, guys. Oh my God, this thing is probably going to make another like $5 move tomorrow, just intraday. I think 240 is probably going to be tested tomorrow without this happening today. Was this $8-9 move? $9 move intraday, 4% move. Okay. I don't think we're going to get another one of those tomorrow, but I'll tell you right now, I think 240 in the short term, probably this week, maybe the next 1 to 2 trading sessions, depending on how the indices move. Microsoft, another one, just like Amazon, just straight up bid all day. All right. This thing really didn't pull back. You had this little pullback in the morning after that little bid. And then, you didn't really have any pullbacks after that. You just kind of ran into the end of the day, closed out near the high. Above 430, 432, you're going to have a clear shot up to 440.94. You could see this little, gap in price we got going on here. All right. Just moving level to level, guys. You got the short term, moving averages right here where, 430, 432 resistance is. Get above there. There's 440.94 and then 446.75 and then 456.16. All right. Heavy volume. We got the big tech earnings coming in hot starting Wednesday. That's FOMC as well, guys. Very big things are going to happen on Wednesday, probably intraday and after hours, okay? So that's definitely the catalyst day to kick things off. Come over here to Goog, guys. Not the best look, just like the other ones over there, guys. It's the exact opposite of those ones we just take a look at. All right, guys, you want to focus on strength right now with what just happened? Don't focus on Goog, okay? Just don't focus on Goog. Focus on Amazon, Microsoft, Apple. I'm still going to say right here, it's not where you want to be buying it, all right? You want to be buying in this little base you had built now over here. Or, you want to wait until it gets over here and then you can, ride it out. But right now, you're probably going to get met with rejection, all right? I'm just being completely honest, guys. That's just, us reading the chart here. Probably going to be met with rejection immediately. And then you pull back and then maybe you grind up. And then maybe then after you base here and range, just build this little range out and then break up from that, that's when that move would start, okay? So, maybe we come all the way over here until, beginning of February, okay? First, 1 to 2 weeks of February. You're still just kind of sitting here. People are going to get frustrated, but that's the reality of the situation. You're underneath the short-term moving average on the weekly and the daily time frame. You're probably not just going to get back above it right now, all right? You're going to take some time. Look, right over here, right? You're going to take some time, all right? Coming over here to Tesla. All right, Tesla over here, guys. We had a lot of puts coming in today still. I'm going to be completely honest. you know, I don't know the short-term movement over here on Tesla. I don't know what this bad boy's about to do. What I can point out is 4-hour RSI extended hours is already over here. So if you fall down towards this low, right, you come back down to 380. This thing's probably going to be in oversold territory just like it was over there, all right? And at that point, I have to say downside limited. You know, like I said at the beginning of the video, Tesla honestly been a disappointment to me. You know, I'm sitting in March calls here. I was gonna keep adding to March calls. I'm just really waiting on you know, to see what happens over here on earnings. I don't really want to add to the position at this point in time. I much rather take on some risk over here on NVIDIA personally, just because earnings are all the way out here. And you know, I just know, hey, price action, if that's just going to be key right here, which we don't have earnings. So yeah, there's nothing to mess with price over here, which that's what I like. You know, we are very likely going to see that move into here. And I think that is the easy opportunity here. So that's really the only trade that I'm going to be, you know, going heavy here on in the short term. All right. But even with that, I'm going to be playing with date just to, you know, make it that solid free money opportunity, just because, like I said, you know, Tesla honestly disappointed me. You know, I made a bag off it and then I kind of took that bag back. And, you know, yeah, I was kind of just, you know, planning on making 50 G's off my Tesla trade this month. And then it just crapped the bed. So, you know, I mentioned in the last video, hey, all right, we're going to make do elsewhere. And we're going to, you know, just make sure this don't happen in the future. I'm going to stay away from the political trades. And, you know, it is what it is. You got to move forward there. Can't win them all. I wish I could. I really do. All right, but you can't. And maybe some people out there can't, but that's not me. Okay. All right. So SMH guys, chips, they kind of crapped the bed. You literally had this, you know, breakout here become a false breakout. You swept the high, you know, closed back within the range in the week. And then you came down to the bottom of the range. Now you're just sitting down there. Daily RSI is almost down to the spot where it's been bouncing back at. I got to sneeze. I can feel it coming, ladies and gents. Oh my God, it's coming. I'm gonna keep talking. Hopefully it goes away. My eyes are starting to water. Oh my! I got this tissue. I'm ready for it. I'm gonna catch it. All right, guys. If this thing keeps falling over here in SMH, because we're looking for buyers off 227, at that point, this daily RSI, it's gonna get down here, but you know, it also could just get down to oversold territory at 30. All right, and at that point, you're gonna see a really big snap back over here. The elastic band, the rubber band effect is gonna be in play. All right, in motion. And, you know, we're going to see NVIDIA. We're going to see MU. We're going to see Avgo, guys. You guys see Avgo? Oh, my God. All right. Like, all these things, like, you're getting them down to where they snap back from. And, you know, I just don't think that's a coincidence. I think we're probably going to see them snap back. Look at that, dude. Oh, my God. You died. All right. You know, you broke down from this range over here in Avgo. And, you know, 186.42, you really have absolutely nothing until over there. I don't think you're coming down there. But if you do make your way down to 186.42 and even 190, this daily RSI is definitely going to be under 35.12. So at that point, same thing as NVIDIA, guys. Free money opportunity over here as well. Go back over the last few years, you know, every time you've been down here, you end up getting bought. Now, I trust the King NVIDIA more than this guy over here, but I'll tell you right now, you know, NVIDIA has its weekly structure being broken right now. Avgo's still full on intact in this aggressive uptrend. You know, I'm going to just argue here, you know, say Avgo does have the better chart. I just trust NVIDIA more. But, you know, I'm telling you right now, Avgo might be the better dip buy, you know, now that I'm saying it out loud. Okay. Those are my thoughts. Don't get mad at me. All right. But, you know, over here, Avgo, honestly, guys, anywhere, don't get mad at me for telling people to buy fallen knives. I'm not telling you that. But I am telling you, anywhere between current price and 186.42, you're probably going to bottom out, and then you're probably going to wind up back up here. Wherever this golden pocket settles at, you're probably going to test that, okay? So even, you know, right up here, you're still, you know, in it for a $25, $30 move there. It's probably going to happen pretty quick considering the minus 17% move you had today. Now, coming over here, the next chip stock, we'll take a look at TSM. Just like NVIDIA, it is starting to really break down over here. It's not as bad as NVIDIA, but, you know, it does have a similar chart over here, and you are definitely starting to break down there. You could draw this little trend up. That did not go as planned. You could draw that little trend out there. Okay, you're starting to break down from that. honestly, I was saying that this doesn't look like a top over here, but hey, we're gonna have to see how this goes. Obviously, things absolutely fell off a cliff today on TSM, NVDA, Avgo, MU, ARM. Oh my God, they're all so bloody. All these chip stocks. Why is AMD the best performer today? Down only 6%. What is that crap about? But yeah, over here at TSM, guys, support is going to be all the way down there at 178.05. Honestly, I'd say just focus on NVIDIA and Avgo right now if you're going to be trading these chip stocks with me, because like I said, it is a falling knife. All right, you have SMH looking like this. I do think though, worst case scenario, this thing comes a little bit lower. Who freaking cares? This thing's down here anywhere between 30 and 35, and then we bottom out, and then you get to, just rake in the dough. All right. That's why, I know things look scary now, but I do think the chip stocks over there, I think NVIDIA, I think it's a really good solid buy right now for that move back up to, 130-ish. And then you got Avgo as well. It's just looking pretty phenomenal. I know it looks terrible. You're just, going down all one day, 17%. But weekly structure intact. Same look as NVIDIA over there, except the weekly structure is completely intact here. Okay, I really like that. I really like that. You see over here how you had this range build out for 3 to 4 months, and then you broke down from it. Well, you don't have that over here in Avgo. Okay, and that is, if anything, you had this range build out for a very long time, and you're pulling back to retest it. Okay, that's half a year. You're pulling back into that. Honestly, clear as day buy over here is Avgo right now. Okay. Those are my thoughts. Coming over here to MU. Don't play it while it's in this range. You got no reason to. And, I don't think TA is really going to be working on it. Those are my thoughts. Okay. ARM. We know TA works on ARM. It's all technical over here. Big breakout. You're retesting that breakout. Those are the thoughts on ARM over here. Okay. I don't know if you're going to get bought up from right here, but if I had to guess, you are going to get bought up from right here. Okay. I can't predict the future. I don't know exactly how this is going to play out over here. You're now retesting the golden pocket from this whole move up, and you have the short-term moving averages. You're right here, this trend line again. If buyers are going to step in, ideally they do it right here. Okay. Extended hours over here, RSI 4-hour did end up getting down here to where it normally starts bouncing back from and building out those divergences. But as you can see, we now have a clear as day, breakout there. We had a clear as day, you have range, okay, and you're starting to trend there. Okay, you broke out past this previous swing high. You notice how you kept making these lower highs over here. All right, lower high compared to over here, lower high, lower high, lower high, and then boom, you broke out. All right, so expect buyers to pop in on this dip. Don't expect you to come down over here and take out this low. It's just probably not how that's going to go. AMD over here, guys, like I said, best performer. Best performer out of all the chip stocks. Who would have thought? The troll himself over here. Honestly, I don't even want to do TA on this guy over here. It's not even like, this chart is just so crap. It doesn't respect levels. It kind of does, but like, who is trading this thing? Who is trading it? Swing trading it, day trading it. I don't know how you're having a good time. I really don't. All right, you got 114.45 support, 111.31 under there. And on the upside, 117.90, 121.83, and 127.51 as your resistance. All right, Bitcoin stocks, guys, you did end up closing out with that hammer candlestick. All right, honestly, because you closed out like this, I do think we have a short-term low in. We typically don't put in those wicks and go and, take them out right away. These are kind of the things when you have these pit stops along your uptrends you put in. All right. Nonetheless, guys, I don't think, whether it just pops back up to the highs or not, it's relevant. I don't think we're going to violate this low here over the coming trading sessions. I just don't think it's going to happen. All right. So these Bitcoin stocks over here could end up doing some positive things. All right. So let's just look at it. All right. So first things first, MSTR, guys, you see that hammer candlestick, big 4-hour hammer candlestick over there on MSTR, guys. I do think we probably have a low in at the current point in time. Daily RSI, guys, to the low, it was getting down to where we have been bouncing back for a while now over here in MSTR. You had that uptrend over here you bounced off of. You had the golden pocket for this most recent advance, but you also could just take it, the whole thing up there. You could just take that, and you did end up bouncing in the golden pocket today. All right, but the big story over here is Bitcoin. It's really just going to be falling. Bitcoin dilution is done. They bought more Bitcoin, so I think this is probably just going to start moving with the bit of corn again. Coin, big red day over here, minus 6.7%. But just like MSTR came down, bounced off the golden pocket. 4-hour RSI, you didn't quite get oversold. But when you were at the lows over here, you were pushing down here. But yeah, right there off of the golden pocket does not look bad to me. I really just want to highlight this daily chart over here, guys. You know, picture perfect falling wedge breakout over there. Double bottom bullish structure here. You know, I'm expecting these lows over here not to be violated. So I'm looking for buyers stepping for the higher low. This is probably, since Bitcoin's probably not going to violate that low, I'm guessing coin isn't going to violate this low. Okay. Right over here, big minus 15% day. Miners did not have a good day today. I would say don't touch this thing. All right. It's not really giving you clean price action off of the technical setup it has. No point in touching it. Over here, CLSK, same thing. All right. There's a whole bunch of crap. You don't need to trade these things. Mara, again, whole bunch of crap. You want to focus on Bitcoin right now, you trade this. All right. Something that's really setting up here. All right, you trade coin or you trade MSTR specifically. All right, coin. I think coin is very nice, but I do think MSTR. You know, get back up here, 375. We're gonna call it. You're probably gonna start pushing up and take out that 404.42 high. Okay, guys. So that is what I got for you guys today. Last thing I'm gonna just put on your radar here. Well, I got a few for you. KO. We're finally seeing that play out here. All right, so clear as day that is playing out. You're pushing up with flying colors right now. Next thing, LLY, I put it on your radar. It was on this day right here. I said, you know, it's not something I'm personally going to be trading, but this is something that I do think is about to start going above 811.35. You have nothing till 846.46. Next one, cost. All right, cost, guys. Double bottom breakout over here. Retested it, found buyers. Big fat bullish engulfing candlestick. From here, guys, honestly, this thing's probably going to start just pushing up to new highs. This looks phenomenal, but you already had like a $40 move intraday today. Just get one more of those, and you are at new highs, okay? So I do think this is something that is going to be continuously bought up over here. And on the weekly chart, it's really setting up here. As you can see, it gets bought up every single pullback over here since it broke out from this consolidation. Multi-year consolidation over here. Okay, about 2 years there, broke up from that. Every dip to the short-term moving averages gets bought up to new highs. I do not think this will be an exception. As you can see, consolidation, one big week, and then you grind up. Consolidation, one big week, and then you grind up. Consolidation, one big week, you pull back, another big week, and then you grind up, okay? I think we're probably just going to grind up to new highs from here. That is what I'm going to, you know, make the call for. Over here on cost. All right. And that is what I am watching right now. There's one more that I am paying attention to. But, you know, honestly, with what we got, you know, I really don't want to put anything in this guy over here. I much rather, you know, have that same exact money working for me over here on NVDA. Because like I said, I'm going to be straight up. All right. That move right there, that is an easy money opportunity right there. Avgo, you know, ideally, guys, the market, you know, doesn't move, and then we see chips come down a little lower tomorrow, and then, you know, Avgo's probably not going to come down here and give us a perfect entry here, but, you know, this and NVIDIA, guys, these are really the two, you know, opportunities here that we're seeing. These things got so oversold so quick, they're going to have quick snapbacks, all right? So, you know, I don't like short-term options trading, but I'll tell you right now, you know, February and March calls, you could pull out a couple 100% on that rebound here. And that is a move that, you know, is easily playable. Now, just go further out, get March or April calls. It's, you know, impossible not to catch that move then if you're buying like right now or tomorrow. That's all I'm getting at. All I'm getting at. All right. With that being said, ladies and gents, I appreciate y'all. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. And with that being said, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.